Hello students, now I am going to discuss about substitution cipher. First of all, what is substitution cipher? A substitution cipher replaces one symbol with the another symbol. For example, we can replace letter A with the letter D and letter T with the letter Z in our plain text. That means, when we use the substitution cipher, then we can replace a letter of our plain text to another letter, and that makes the cipher text. There are two types of substitution cipher. One is the monoalphabetic cipher, another one is the polyalphabetic cipher. First of all, what is monoalphabetic cipher? In this cipher, a character or a symbol in the plain text always tend to the same character or a same symbol in the cipher text, irrespective of its position. That is called the monoalphabetic cipher. Take an example. Suppose in your plain text there is a letter A and which is changed to the letter D. Then every letter A in your plain text must be changed to the D. That is the rule of the monoalphabetic cipher. The next one is, this is another example. Here plain text is the hello and the cipher text is KHOOR. How this is plain text is converted to cipher text using the monoalphabetic cipher? Here H is replaced by K and E is replaced by H and L is replaced by O. Then there is another L in your plain text which is also replaced by the O. This is why this is called the monoalphabetic cipher is used in this example. Additive cipher. Additive cipher is the one type of monoalphabetic cipher. This cipher sometimes called as shift cipher and sometimes called as scissor cipher. In this diagram, we are taking plain text as all lowercase alphabet and taking cipher text as all uppercase alphabet, and the last row shows there the value, numeric value, position value. First A is 0, 0, then second B is 0, 1, C is 0, 2. In this way Z is 25, Z value is 25. Now in this diagram here Alice sends some message to the Bob using the additive cipher. What happens here? When Alice sends a message, that is the plain text P, then in additive cipher this plain text is added to our key value which is called K. Then we calculate the mod 26. After that we find out the cipher text C. That is why C equal to P plus K mod 26 is the encryption algorithm for the additive cipher. Here the plain text is added to the key value, after that mod 26 is calculated and that is called the cipher text, and this cipher text is transmitted over the network. When this cipher text before reaches to the Bob, there is decryption. In decryption algorithm, we have to find out the plain text. Here we take the cipher text and subtract the key value from the cipher text, then calculate the mod 26. After that we get the plain text. In this process, in additive cipher, first in the encryption we add the key value in the plain text and find out the mod 26 and get the cipher text, and in the decryption algorithm we subtract the key value from the cipher text and find out the mod 26 and get the plain text. And here why we calculate mod 26? Because our alphabets are from 26 letters, 26 alphabets, which value we are starting from 0 to 25. That is why we are taking the mod 26. Then next, I think you know what is the modular operator and what is the function of modular operator. Modular operator always find out the remainder. I am taking some examples. Here I am calculating the mod 25 mod 12. How to calculate this value? First you have to divide 25 by 12. When you divide by 25 by 12, then you get the remainder 1, which is its result. Then next second one, 5 mod 26. Here when you divide 5 by 26, you get the remainder 5, which is the result of 5 mod 26. In the similar way, how to calculate the mod of negative numbers? First I am taking minus 18 mod 14. First of all, you have to divide minus 18 by 14. When you divide this, you get the remainder as minus 4. After that, what you have to do? You have to do add this 14 to the minus 4. What is the value? 10, and this 10 is the answer of minus 18 mod 14. Then next one is the minus 7 mod 10. Here in the similar way, we have to divide minus 7 by 10. After that you are getting minus 7 as the remainder. Then what you have to do? You have to add plus 10 and the result is 3, which is the result of minus 7 mod 10. This is the way how to calculate this mod function. In this example, we are taking the key value equal to 15 and the plain text message, that is hello. In additive cipher, when we want to encrypt the plain text, first of all we take one alphabet of our plain text and find out its numeric value. Here first alphabet is H, which numeric value is 07. When we encrypt this plain text, we have to add this value to the key value. Then in plain text H, which value numeric value is 07, that is added to the key value, which is 15. That means 07 plus 15 we have to first add, then find out its mod 26. When we add and find out the mod 26, the value is coming which is 22. That is the numeric value. Then again from this hypertext numeric value, we have to calculate its the alphabet. Which alphabet numeric value is 22? That is W. That is why H in your plain text is converted to the hypertext, which is W. In the similar way, each letter, each alphabet, first we have to calculate the numeric value, then add the key value, find out the mod 26, then which value you are getting, that value, that numeric value, you have to find out corresponding alphabet value. In the second alphabet E, which numeric value is 04, that is added to the key value 04 plus 15 and find out its mod 26, which is 19, and this hypertext 19 integer value then replaced by its corresponding alphabet, that is T. In this way, when we encrypt this hello by using the key 15, our encrypted message is WTAAD, that is the ciphertext of the plain text hello. Now in the similar way, we use the decryption algorithm and decrypt this WTAAD to hello. Next example, here I am using the decryption of the same ciphertext which is generated from the hello plain text and use the same key 15. Here the first ciphertext letter is W, which corresponding numeric value is 22. In the decryption, in additive cipher, in the decryption process, we have to subtract the key value from the ciphertext. That is why in 22 we subtract the 15 and find out the mod 26. What is the result? That is 07, which corresponding alphabet value is H. Next ciphertext is T, which numeric value is 19, which is from 19 we have to subtract 15, that is the key value, and find out the mod 26, we get the 04, which corresponding alphabet is E. In this way, when we calculate each alphabet of our ciphertext and apply the decryption algorithm, then we get the plain text. Here we calculate each alphabet of the ciphertext and find out the plain text which is hello. In this way, in our additive cipher, for encryption you have to use the addition of the key with the plain text and find out the ciphertext. Then in the decryption algorithm, here we have to subtract the key value from the ciphertext and find out the plain text. The next shift cipher. Shift, I have already told you, the additive cipher is also called a shift cipher. Here why additive cipher is called shift cipher? The reason is that in the encryption algorithm we shift key characters down and in the decryption algorithm we shift key characters up. That is why it is called shift cipher. This additive cipher is also called Caesar cipher. Why it is called Caesar cipher? Because Julius Caesar used this additive cipher to communicate with his officer. For this reason, this additive cipher referred to as Caesar cipher. But in case of Caesar cipher, here the key value is 3, which is fixed. That is called the Caesar cipher. This is the basic idea about the substitution techniques, which is basically used to encrypt the plain text to the ciphertext, and this substitution technique is basically based upon the encryption and decryption process, in which we use the addition and the subtraction of the key value. I hope all of you understood what is substitution cipher and how can you encrypt the message and decrypt the message using the additive cipher, and what is the monoalphabetic cipher. Thank you.